for making the selection, choosing me for incredible honor. And before I begin, I think I would like to straighten out a couple things about Your Honor. You know, I really feel like I'm a link because I played with Morris Mosley when I was in high school. He doesn't remember me. He was too busy shooting. Listen, his motto was, if you didn't want me to shoot, why pass me the ball? You did well, Your Honor. Very nice to see you again. I feel like I'm a little bit of a link for a few of the inductees, including Elmer DeShane, who truly is one of the best athletes this city's ever produced. All the accolades they were given in the program pale to what he can do. You know, Deion Sanders once said that the toughest sport he ever played was baseball. He said football was easy and so was basketball. He said but baseball was the toughest sport. Elmer was a catcher and a shortstop. Rival to nobody. He was a tremendous athlete. I'm honored to be in the same sentence with Elmer DeShane. My cousin Gil, when he found out I was going to be inducted, he called me up and said, you know where you're going in with? I go, no, who am I going in with? He goes, Elmer DeShane. He goes, you know, he's a maniac. He's 85 years old, he's still cutting trees. I gotta give him that much. I'm also a little bit of a link to two of the coaches that were put in. Jimmy Lee and John Reardon were my high school basketball coach and my high school baseball coach. I called my brother up and I said, Goo, I'm going into Hall of Fame, Crosby. He goes, who are you going in with? I said, Jimmy Lee. He goes, Mr. 122. Oh yeah, 122. 19-1 our senior year with that 122 zone. Nick, you could have taken a lesson from that. Yeah, no, listen, you know, they say you are who you were brought up with. I had great coaches in high school. I mean, John Reardon, serious as a toothache, no fooling around, you know, just get the job done. We had some great moments together. But I have to tell you, I have a story about Coach Augelli, coaching genius. Oh no, coaching genius. Him and Anthony Ireland. They're down playing in New Haven in the state tournament game. It was fun to go down and watch Crosby play. So there's 15 seconds left in the game. Crosby's got the ball out of bounds. And then we look over and there's Nick with the clipboard. And he's scribbling stuff all over. So we're laughing. We go, hey, I have no idea what you want them to do. So what do you think? So we figured it out. When they took the ball into Anthony Ireland, the first thing he did, he cleaned his sneaks. We said, what? We're yelling, hurry up. No. He's cleaning his sneaks. Okay, it was the greatest thing I ever saw. He was in no rush. He got down about half a court, crossed over, got in the lane, right around the foul line, extended, a little floater, game. Nice. Great win. Sneaks Ireland. Oh yeah. You know, so playing a sport in water in high school back then in the 60s, it was kind of spark. There wasn't, we had to play our games at the War Memorial. Yes, exactly. And we didn't have a gym big enough. Down on field, it was a great place to play. They had stands all along. They had people who were in the balcony who were watching. It was a fun place to play. I can remember one game with Coach Lee. I caught an elbow in the nose. I'm bleeding all over. You know, back then you didn't have to stop the game, get him out of the game, get him back in the game. I come into a timeout. He looked at me. He didn't say one word. Go all over my shirt. So we went to get the medical personnel. He's the medical personnel. No mask, no gloves, just a metal first aid kit. We had three things he could do to you. He could tape you, he could freeze you, gauze. That was the killer, gauze. Stuff the gauze up my nose, get back on the thing. It was easy to play with gauze stuffed in your face. But that was Spartan baseball, Spartan basketball there. I also played with John Reardon. We had a tremendous run my junior year. They were mentioning the fact that we played 18 innings in one day. The game started. I got knocked out in the first round in the seventh inning, but we won the game. The kid who replaced me in the first game, Sammy Plurd, started the second game. Well, in the second game it was 5-0 before we got 2 outs. So So John put me back in again. So I pitched from the first inning with 2 outs to the 18th, and we won 6-5. So I shut him up for 18 innings. It was kind of a highlight. I mean, you can't do that very much anymore. The only good thing about it was I never threw hard enough to break an egg. So I didn't hurt my arm, and, we just kept on. 2 days later, we went to West Hartford. We played 17 more innings and we lost 4-3. But it was a hell of a run for high school kids. There were no pitch counts, and again, I said before, you are who you were coached. We had great coach, Coach Lee, and Coach Sean. They're really good. I can remember my first game against Caner Tech over at Municipal Stadium. Elmer, Charlie Brown was pitching against us, and I can remember vividly. I can't remember yesterday, but I can remember this game. We had a 1-0 lead going into the 5th inning, and a guy hit a line drive over the left fielder's head. Back then, we were from the north end, a lot of Italian boys. So the ball went over Richie Morano's head. Danny Simella cut the cutoff to Pedicci. Through DiAugustino, we got the guy off the plate. We were hanging on 1-0. About the 6th inning, they loaded the bases. I remember Coach Reardon coming out. I can't remember exactly what he said to me, but the last thing he said to me was, "You got one more batter, and you're all done." I said, "Oh, wait, go, Coach." He walked away. I mean, you can't believe I can remember the umpire. It's Floyd Travers. Floyd Travers. We go to 3-2 on their batter. I throw a 3-2 curveball. It looked high to me, but the guy didn't swing. Floyd called him out, and here I am at the Hall of Fame.